This video I will teach you what is inside this charger. Now showing a table. This is a Amazon charger which is 2000 milliampere, which means 2 ampere 5 volt cell phone charger in 100 volt to 240 volt 50 to 60 hertz 0.35 amps output 5 volt 1000 milliamps in 2 amps charger phone charger. And now see what is inside. So this time this is a flathead screwdriver. Now it's time to open it. So we need a flathead screwdriver, and this time I am thinking there are not, if this charger cannot open back side because back side is tightly sealed together. So we try to open a front side. I use this screwdriver flathead because this flathead screwdriver nib is little bit bent because I am workforce sometime opening something, so that's why it's. And this time one more thing is that I'm not thinking this charger can easily come out, so it may be to need to pause them and then open and try reverse engineering and continue the video, or if still open it, I think pause them so it is not easily come out, and after I tell you how I can open it this. And now you can see I open this. This time you might be picture with little bit shade because this time my cameraman is unavailable, so that's why I made a video on my one hand and another hand I can show you objects. This is a charger, so I open charger by touching with auto knife, and this is inside a circuit. This circuit contains input terminals, fuse which is in sleeve. There is a 2 ohm resistor outside the fuse, and there are bridge rectifier in assembly package right there. And there are 2 capacitors which is 10 microfarad 400 volt capacitor. They are line inductor oil. There is a 10K Y 1000 M ceramic capacitor, and there is a transformer SFPS1, and there is a one capacitor which is 6.3 volt, and there is a USB jack for outputting, and there is a driver IC, and there is some mystery components, and there is other IC which is used as like a diode, set of the diode. Now do a circuit diagram. So the person needs to bleed live those fuse, neutral those directly to the rectifier 11.0F. Then it's moved by 400 volt 10 microfarad capacitor, positive to positive, negative to negative. Then negative those are SMD anti-C resistor to the other capacitor, which capacitor is 400 volt 10 microfarad capacitor, and positive to other capacitor positive with a line inductor oil for noise removing, and positive those directly to the primary winding of the transformer, as well as 2 ohm resistors with 5 ohm resistors to the ground, and these terminals go to a diode, M7 diode to the capacitor, unvalued capacitor to the IC power, pin number 1, and capacitors in ground with 3.2 kilo ohm resistor to a ground. And this IC number is MOSFET, on with MOSFET IC. This IC number is 1176 5808 25 13 6C. These IC pin number 1 is our input for IC power for feedback, and pin number 2 is our ground pin actually a 91 ohm resistor right there, negative to 91 ohm resistor to the IC pin number 4 to internally feedback system or current set adjustment resistor. IC pin number 8765 is connected to the primary winding other terminal, and primary other terminal to diode, to net M7 diode, and then to net 150 ohm resistor and 390 kilo ohm resistors, and one unknown capacitor in parallel to discharge at the number network to discharge the primary winding self-induction, and feedback winding ground terminal is connected to the also negative terminal, and positive terminal is connected to a diode, which diode is connected to this two unknown value assembly capacitor as well as this voltage divider part. So this time this IC cannot on-built self-starting system. So this why it is a voltage divider, which voltage divider then divide the voltage and charge those two diodes and charge this capacitor to turn on IC. First time, once IC is turned on, which can turn on feedback winding, which then pass to a voltage feedback winding to right somewhere here to this diode, and then this capacitor to the smooth as those the IC feedback. And now the other circuit. Output is the primary one side and secondary one side is connected in 10K 1000 amp capacitor, ceramic capacitor to safety reasons, because if you can I would change outside, which thing is ground is reference to input, so it cannot tell your charger primary secondary winding. I voltage and jump to the capacitor, not to the winding. When this transformer one terminals go to the output of the USB directly, and other terminals goes to the this IC, which is acts like a diode and regulator 12 06010 820001 WCP. 4 and pin number 3 to 4 there are 10 ohm resistors for IC internally feedback, and pin number 1 2 is joined to the other and connect with 10 ohm resistor with unknown value capacitor assembly capacitor in series to the excess filtration of this IC. So IC cannot need that unspiky voltage, cannot that spiky voltage. And pin number 5 is not connected, 6 is connected with unknown value capacitor to the pin number 7. Pin number 8 is connected 24 kilo ohm resistors to the pin number 7 by IC internal circuit. Pin number 7 is output, and output to the transformer terminal is connected to the 6.3 volt capacitor. Microfarad is not marked, and then 1.5 kilo ohm resistors across the capacitor to discharge the capacitor voltage. If you turn off this supply and tindle it, you cannot get electric charge, and then do it is USB. And this circuit is now first restart live fuse for protection. Then those rectifiers AC to DC, capacitor smooth EMI coil can charge, filter the EMI magnetic field, suppression short can noise suppression short to suppress the noise, and then those NTC for SMD NTC to for over electric spikes and protection with raised over voltage, and 400 volt and microfarad capacitor to a smooth, and then those to a transformer and IC and ICs those to a pin number 7. Pin number 5 is connected a 91 ohm per turn set, and 678 is output, which can pump into the primary winding and snubber network and discharges the winding and feedback winding that put out the feedback signal, and then it goes to the one terminal to a ground, refers to the ground with someone, another terminal diode to charge the capacitor, and the capacitor then turn on the IC power for once it's turned on. First starting there are voltage divider with 2 mega ohm resistor and 5 ohm resistor to a ground, and standard type is go to the diode to the capacitor to first charge the capacitor to turn on, and the capacitor to a ground there are 23.2 kilo ohm resistors and 6.8 kilo ohm resistor into the parallel to the ground to the capacitor pin number 1, which is normally limit the current flow of the when the capacitor is discharged. You can limit the current flow of the capacitor charging current, and that is the circuit. And output those diodes, regulator to regulate, and there are capacitor plus 10 ohm resistors for noise filtration, and other 10 ohm resistors for IC feedback, and other capacitor and other 24 kilo ohm resistor for also feedback, and then 6.3 volt capacitor output spoon in, and 1.5 kilo ohm resistor to the USB jack. And this video is done with our next video is first see the circuit closely. And this is inside this little charger, which is, let's see which is 220 volt 40 110 to 240 volt 50 60 Hz 0.35 amps input consumption output 5 volt 2 amps, and this is made assembled in China. And now pause.